Welcome, seekers, to your summer 2020 pick a card reading with your host, me, Kim. So to unfold what summer 2020 has in store for each group, we are going to be looking at the beginnings, the mid, and the end of summer. That's why we have the months here in the background, and we're going to do so by looking at the tarot cards, and we're also going to be pulling out some hand-drawn charms that I have over here. Okay, so we have 3 groups to choose from. The first group is the chickadee, the second group is the wolf, and the third group is the little pig that we have over here. So cute. Okay, so please pause the video if you need to. Take the time to meditate, relax, breathe on it, and whatever animal here or group calls out to you, then that will be your group. And I will see you in a bit with your reading. Let's get to it. Hello, seekers who chose group number 1, the chickadee. So we will begin with an intuitive message. When I was connecting with the energy of this group, the words rise up and lift came through, and I actually felt like I was being encouraged to get up again, to try again. The words turn and change. Well, I actually saw this vision of this light just turning. That symbolizes me transitions and changes coming about. That's why I feel Spirit is encouraging you to get up, to try again, to not give up, because change is coming. And I also saw the DNA strands, which again, it's just like, it feels like change at a very deep level, at a molecular level. Now we do have this oracle card of the chickadee. This is to represent the overall energy of summer of 2020 for you guys. So the chickadee for me represents, the word tenacity is coming to mind, and also voice, speaking one's truth, because the chickadee has a very unique sound or unique song to it, very powerful. So here the throat chakra is very predominant, and as we can see, we have a lot of blue colors here, which correlates to the throat chakra. Speaking up, speaking your voice, speaking your truth. Also, since we do have this bird and it's air energy, there might be a lot of like mental energy going around, a lot of thoughts or inner turmoil. But I see here with the chickadee this energy of rising up, lift, try again. And I also did get this color orange, which that has to do with the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra has to do a lot with creativity, passion, but can also correlate with one's identity. So it's discovering one's voice and rising up to the challenge, and rising like a phoenix, trying again and not giving up, because you have wings to take flight. So that's what I have over here. Now we will be looking at each section that we have here. So we're going to be looking at what the beginnings of summer has in store for you guys. And the first card that I'm going to be pulling out is a tarot card, and this is to represent the general energy of the beginnings of summer. And we have the Magician in reverse. Okay, so maybe that's what the message, try again, get up again, came through, because we have the Magician in reverse. Now the Magician speaks of knowing one's self-power, knowing that you have all the instruments, all the tools to manifest and create the life that you want to live, because you're the magician, right? You have the magic in you to create magic, anything that you want into existence. But right now the card is in reverse. So at the beginnings of summer, I feel that you are going to come into this knowing, into your own power. You might be feeling a bit down on yourself or discouraged, would be the word, like, because we do have 1 here, and 1 represents new beginnings. So you might be feeling like you've been in a similar cycle or in the same routine for quite a while, and you're wondering when this is going to change, and you're kind of feeling discouraged, like I said before, at this moment, that there is not going to be any changes. If you started a project or done something, you don't see the fruits of it, you don't see any progress in your life. It could be generally or just something specific in your life, and you're feeling kind of down on yourself. The belief or the hope is dwindling away. But notice that we do have the Magician here. The energy is here. So Spirit is telling you it's taking a while. It's like, see how we have this like sage right here being lit? You know how sometimes when you're trying to build a fire, it takes a while to ignite, but we do see some of the sparks there. Like we see the sparks here. So they're telling you, whatever it is, it's igniting. That change you're waiting for, your project to take off, your career, if it's a love interest, whatever it is, because we have the Magician here. This could be anything that you want. We have so many tools here. We have all the elements being represented here, so it could really be in anything that you want. They're telling you it has taken spark. It's just it's taking some time to fully ignite. And they're telling you, you have already begun it. You have already begun your manifestation. You put your will out there, your intention out there, and the universe has heard you. Do not give up on yourself. If you feel like you have failed at something, they're telling you, do not give up. Let's say if you have recently come out of a relationship and you're starting to lose your hope and faith and love, they're telling you, do not give up, because your partner, the right person, is coming towards you. So try again. Do not give up. Get up. If you have failed at a project, if maybe, I don't know if that's still going on, if you applied to a school, you didn't get into the program that you wanted, or whatever it is, they're telling you, do not give up. Try again. Maybe not at the same place. Maybe you should, or maybe you get a better opportunity somewhere else, but do not give up on your dreams. Try again. Rise. Now we're going to look at 2 clarifiers to get further information on this. You see you have the good fortune. They're telling you, try again and you'll succeed. We have the 4-leaf clover here. This is good luck. This is fortune here. This is your success card. See all this green here? Green reminds me always of the heart chakra. And when we have the heart chakra open, that's energy of receptivity, of calling in, of receiving. And this is pure green here. This is receiving your abundance, receiving what you wished for, what you wanted to magic into existence. It's getting that. But you have to, they're asking you to not give up or lose hope, to not give up on your dreams, whatever it is, to continue on. That's the energy I see in the beginnings of summer. Then we have potential here in reverse. Okay, now with the potential card, again, the energy is still here. And upright, we have a seed that's being rooted, that has been rooted, and now it's growing, but we're waiting for it to fully grow. In reverse, what I'm sensing Spirit is telling you is, like I said before, this has been lit, right? It has sparks, the fire. It's taking time to fully ignite, right? So you've put your intention out there. You've done the work. You planted the seed, because it's here. The seed is here. It's just right now, it's in reverse like the Magician, because it's taking its time to grow. And it's because maybe if you feel like you failed, or you lost an opportunity, or something didn't go according to your expectations or according to how you planned it, you're kind of losing hope on it and leaving it behind. You're kind of turning the other way. And that's what may be causing it to take longer to manifest into your reality, because your belief, your faith in it is energy, and that energy is like the sun here. It's what sends energy to the seed. It's like the water. It's the nutrients that allows this seed to grow. And so they're asking you, that's why they're asking you, do not give up. Try, get up again. Because you persisting in this, you believing in this, will allow this seed to fully finish its growth, to fully sprout. That's all there is. And they're telling you, yes, you will succeed in this, because we have the good fortune here. So I'm seeing this as like the thing that's sprouting here is actually this 4-leaf clover. So continue on, because you will find this 4-leaf clover. You will gain your abundance, whatever it is that you're wishing for. That's the energy that is manifesting here in the beginnings of summer. Is you persevering in this, because we will see later on how this will come into fruition. Like, this will manifest. But they're just letting you know, encouraging you to continue on. But we'll look at charms to see more details. Whatever falls in here are the charms that are meant for you for the beginnings of summer for group 1. Okay, only take the ones that fell in. And we have the sunflower, which always reminds me of sun energy, masculine energy, working on things, bringing things into the 3D physical reality. And it's also speaking of success, of, like I said, like the sunflower always turns in the direction of the sun to get the most energy from the sun. It's talking about the energy again. So it's telling you, keep believing in this, keep persevering in this, because this sunflower will grow. This is success for me. This is joy. This is abundance too, because we have so many seeds that comes from the sunflower. That's so many potentials here. So this is further abundance. Like, this one thing will lead to further abundance along the road. We have the elevator here, and this represents ascension, going up. It's that energy again, like getting up, lifting, going up higher, ascending to new heights, new possibilities. And then we have the canvas here, the blank canvas, which for me, this speaks of infinite potential, because this is a blank canvas for you. You can create any picture, any painting that you want. This is the beginning of a new project. If this is in terms of your job, career, relationship, is ascending to something better, ascending to something higher, and creating now what it is that you want for yourself. So that's what I have for the beginning of summer. Now we shall look into midsummer. So again, 1 tarot card to get the overall energy, and we have the World, Tree in reverse. 21. Okay, let me put it up right for you. So in the original tarot, this is the World card. So let's look at the numbers. We have 2 and 1. Add them up together, and that's the number 3. And the number 3 represents creativity and creation. Okay. So we see, like, pulling this energy, pushing into midsummer, of still working on this project. Now the World Tree, I'm seeing in like some major project, like a big scale thing. It could also be speaking about long distance traveling, or connecting with people from around the world, or connecting with someone that is from another country. But if we can see in the World card, we have all these seasons being represented here. And this for me denotes the closing of a cycle, the ending of a cycle. And we also have this labyrinth here, and we could see this bird's eye view on the journey, because this would be one's life journey, this labyrinth, right? And this will be like the destination, reaching that success, reaching home, reaching that place that you've been longing for. And they're telling you the journey that you are on, there is a destination to it. There is an end, there is a home, there is a coming home, there is a success story waiting at the end of this labyrinth. So usually when this card comes out, I see it as encouragement, because when we're in this labyrinth, we may feel wandering, or we may feel lost, but Spirit is telling you, you are not lost, because look, there is a difference between the maze and the labyrinth. The maze has various entrances and various exits, and there's a lot of twists and turns and dead ends, but the labyrinth only has one entrance and one exit. There's no way of getting lost here. You just might take some time getting to the end, because there is some different turns here and there, but there's one path to getting to you to where you are. So this is telling you, Spirit, the universe is not tricking you. Their intention is not to trick you, to get you lost, and you are not lost. You're well on your way. But in reverse, I feel that during this time, midsummer, you might still be in this energy of feeling like you're lost, of not knowing where to go, of maybe not even wanting to try to pursue what it is that you want to pursue, because you're like, what's the point? I can't see the finish line right now. I don't know where this is leading me, or if I'm going to get that good fortune, if I'm going to get what I want. Because maybe you think you failed once and you're like, possibly I'll fail again. So what's the point of getting up and trying again? And that's why they're showing you the World card. It's like, yes, please get up and try again, because once you do, this card will turn up right. And they're showing you here, you're on your way. You can't see it in here, but you're on your way to reach your success, to reach that place. If it's a person, I always see this as a meeting place, like two people coming in here to talk, to drink some tea, to chat about life, and they're telling you that person is waiting for you there. So you got to keep moving forward. You got to, if you want to get here to that place. And anyways, it's meant for you. It's waiting for you. So universe will find a way to push you forward to this destination, because it's yours. This seed was planted a long time ago, and it's meant to grow into this tree. This is yours. You planted this, and it's waiting for you. But let's get more clarifications. We have mystery in reverse. This is great to have, because when it's upright, it's telling me there's a lot of fears, illusions, or lies that are covering the truth, because we have the full moon here in the background. The full moon always reminds me of intuition and the subconscious. It's diving deep into our inner knowing, into our truth. But see how we have this tree here, and I see this tree as the tree of illusions and fears, because see how it's not grounded on solid earth. It's floating on this canoe, and it's not stable. So at any moment, if the waters want to, it will carry it and drift it away. So this is blocking you from seeing your truth, blocking your intuition. Like I said, it could be an insecurity, fear. But we have it in reverse. So this is telling me that this energy is moving away. It's finally moving away, and you will be gaining that clarity. So this is great to know, because we have these cards in reverse, because maybe some insecurity, some doubt prevented you from walking further into the labyrinth, or to reach your end destination. And by midsummer, whatever it is that was blocking you, whatever it is that was causing this doubt or insecurity or keeping you down, is finally going to be moved away. And I see this as spirit actually helping you, because like I said, spirit wants you to get here, because it's yours. It's something that you truly want, and they're helping you. They're here to help you, and so they're finally helping you move this away, so you can gain the clarity, the answers, or that encouragement that you need in order to push you forward. Oh yes, I told you, spirit has your back. We have the divine. This speaks of divine feminine energy, but I always see this as like source and spirit guides. See how beautiful the card here is. See, I told you they have your back. This tree here, this seed that you planted a long time ago, this good fortune is your divine right. It's for you. Nothing will take it away from you. That's why the only thing that's preventing this from coming to you in this moment is yourself. Is your lack of belief, is your lack of belief in yourself. And spirit is telling you, believe you are this magician, because it is here. Look, the energy is here. And believe that you are this divine figure, because you are. You are this divine figure here. And I always take notice how we have ice here. And so these waterfalls were once ice. The waters were once contained. And waters I always related to intuition. And it's that connection with source, because it feels very divine for me, because water can cleanse and clear. And you can also kind of, it's like diving deep, right? Diving deep into the subconscious, or diving deep into your inner knowing. And now we see how it's flowing freely. And it's just like surrendering to the knowing that all is well. All is being worked for you. The divine universe is here working with you, alongside you. So you must open yourself to it. Let go of this illusion of this tree that really is blocking you, that is creating lies and fears and darkness, because it's blocking the light of the moon. And free yourself, because the divine is here to it's got your back to help you out. And this is yours, and it's you coming into your power by midsummers, finally realizing this, acknowledging this. Now we're going to look at the ends of summer. Ooh, guys, I told you, as the abundance, 6 of bows. I told you that we will be seeing that progression of this finally coming into the success, and we have it here in the abundance. See how all of the rewards have been reaped. We talked about a fire, right? The fire that was here with the magician, how it was being lit, it was sparked, but it needed some time to fully catch fire. We have a full lit fire here, campfire, right here. And this always reminds me too of a meeting place. Because we have this secret meeting place here in the forest, and I always see this tree like a tree guardian, a tree spirit, watching over this abundance for you, because I really feel it's like this tree, this meeting place here, that whatever it is, truly, career, in terms of school, in terms of a relationship, a project, whatever it is that you want, that's success for you, that's that good fortune. It's like finding that 4-leaf clover. It's meant for you. It's only meant for you. It's like only those who know about this can end up here, right? And so your spirits are taking good care of this, are making sure that this fire doesn't go out, because they want you to see it to its fullest bloom here, to its fullest potential, because like I said, this is yours. This is your divine right. And I see you finally obtaining that success, whatever it is that you want, by the end of summer. Now let's get clarifiers. Oh, it's a union. So if it is a person, we have the union card here. Have this beautiful wreath, and see how it's wrapped around their fingers, like if it was a promise ring, like marriage or just a union with somebody. So if it is a person, a relationship that you've been asking for, and you kind of given up on it because you don't see how this could work, or how you can meet this person, or how you two can come together. Universe, the divine, shows up here to tell you, you don't worry about that. Just do not close off your heart. Do not lose faith in this, because this will come into play. We'll take care of that. The hows, the wheres, all of those little details, leave it to us, because we already have this meeting place for you set up. We already know how it's going to go down, so you just need to trust. That's why I see a lot of meeting places here, only you two know about this space, and it's only meant for you two to know, and you'll both meet each other there, because you agreed to it. This is an agreement here, a promise. And then we have drifting. So with the drifting card, this is going with the flow. This is trusting. We have this green canoe, and then the green, like I said, reminds me of that heart chakra. It's opening up, it's surrendering, it's receiving, it's going with the flow. So let go of the fears and insecurities that are preventing you from going with the stream, from going with the flow, from letting that waterfall fall freely. And trust that you're being led, trust that you're not lost, trust that there is a destination, there is a meeting place, and you'll get there. Yeah, and so that's what I'm seeing here. I didn't pull charms for these ones, so let's see what July and August has for you guys in terms of the charms. Okay, let's pull 2. So we have the leaf, which is transitions. It's transitions, it's change, it's letting go, it's surrendering. Imagine if the leaf of a tree didn't trust its own nature and was stubborn on not falling from the tree, and it kept to it and it kept to it. The leaf itself is going to change colors, right? And at one point, it's going to rot in a way. But when leaves fall onto the ground, they don't die because it's a cycle, right? They decompose and they act as nutrients and ingredients for the tree that gave them life in the first place. But if this tree resisted, like its life cycle would kind of end in a way, right? So they're telling you, trust the process, let go. If it's a relationship, if it's something that was done, let go of it, leave it in the past. Do not stay in fear or close yourself in fear of future possibilities because something did not work out before. Because that's kind of staying in the past. That's keeping yourself in that moment instead of living your life onwards. And you don't want that. You don't want to become a prisoner to something that didn't work out because it wasn't meant for you. Because there's something better waiting for you. So trust the process. Fall like the leaf. And you will be reborn again into something beautiful. And we have the divine here, which is crazy because we have the divine for this one. It's the divine book, and then we have a sword here, and I always see this as a sword of truth, of knowing. So this is, again, it's like giving you the book. It's like giving you this look or this bird's eye view, the divine telling you, look, you see, your story has a beautiful ending. Trust us. Can we continue on the story, please? You're barely finishing with chapter. Let's move on to the next. Let's do this because the next chapters are beautiful and we want you to live that story. Okay, so that's what I see for you in terms of this. Now let's see the ends of summer. Okay, feel that's it. So we have the hummingbird. Again, the divine, magnet, and umbrella. So the hummingbird always reminds me of spirit, maybe people that we had in our lives who have passed away, and they come here in animal form to deliver messages to us. I always just see this as like good luck and spirit watching over you and protection. And we do have the protection here with the umbrella, like covering you, protecting you from the rain. So spirit is just telling you they're looking out for you, they're working with you, and they're protecting you along the way, and they're shielding you until, and they're also shielding this fire. They're shielding what you want and protecting it. They will not let it dwindle and fade out because it's waiting for you. It's meant for you. And with the magnet, I see this as attraction, as calling in someone. And it could also be the partnership because we have like polarities here. And in a relationship, I always see that one represents more of the divine masculine, which is an energy, and more of the divine feminine, which is another energy. Are opposites that coming together create a balance. And so I see this coming together finally. So this may be attracting that person, or this is spirit attracting you both here. Like this is where the magnet is, and it's attracting you both here to this place because this is where you belong. And it's again your story. Your story has a happy ending. Trust the process. Trust that the divine is writing this beautiful story for you. Go with the flow. Be the protagonist of your story. Take reign. Be that magician. You have that power. And remember. So this is a beautiful story for you guys. It's quite beautiful. We see the struggle here and how we don't trust that fully and how we come to trusting because divine shows you support here. The universe does. And then you finally come into your success. We have one more card. And this is a direct message from spirit. And that card is the moon. Now we did have the moon here, right? And we said that the moon helps you, guides you in your intuition, is also your subconscious, is that deep knowing. And we have the moon being represented here. Now this is the first phase of the moon. So this is representing a new cycle for me, a new beginning. And with the number 5 here, 5 represents transitions and represents change. But this change is drastic. So as soon as you surrender, as soon as you let go of this fear, and by letting go, it's just trusting that you're at the right place, trusting that you're being led to your destination, to where you truly desire to be, that there's something better waiting for you. You will, in that knowing, in that trust, you will be letting go of this fear, of these illusions, of these insecurities, of this doubt, whatever is keeping you from your truth, that will finally go away. and this new beginning will come about. So this is just a validation for you and confirmation from Spirit. This new beginning is occurring. This change is occurring. Trust, we got your back. That's the message from Spirit to you guys. Now, I want to read the message here that we have behind this oracle card just to conclude this reading, and it's tenacity. Okay, small and slight Chickadee may be, but do not underestimate his tenacity. He can be quite fearless in an effort to protect his family. He also carries his own signature song. Once it is heard, it is nearly impossible to forget. He reminds us that we have a unique voice, one equally rare and strong. When in the presence of Chickadee, he offers us the courage to be gregarious in our approach as we seek new vistas and venues for personal growth. So that's all I have for you, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought you some guidance and clarity. If you did resonate with this reading, then please do like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings if you're interested in personal guidance with me. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, seekers who chose group number 2, the wolf. So we will first begin with an intuitive message. What I got when connecting with your energy was the message of here, like here now. I saw a lot of lights and energy, like it was being thrown in my face, like the message of in your face, like you're not seeing something. Either what you want or what you're calling out for, it's under your nose. It's there already for you, but you're not seeing it. You're not seeing something for what it is. So the message of truth will be revealed also came through. Okay, so now we will be looking at the oracle cards here. We have 2 of them. Yes, there's actually another one behind this. This is the only one that got 2. So the first one is the wolf, and the next is the raccoon. So this is to represent the overall energy of summer of 2020 for you guys. Now, what I get when I see the wolf is, again, this like feeling of calling out, because like I've said in other videos, when I see a single wolf, I always think of the lone wolf, because wolves are known to travel in packs. They're not lonely creatures, they're not solitary creatures, they're creatures of community. And when I see the lone wolf, I always see this like yearning and longing, wanting for that pack, wanting that community, because they might feel lost in a sense when they're not surrounded by their tribe. So I see this as calling out for your tribe, wanting a partnership. And then with the raccoon here, the raccoon is actually solitary, right? It's kind of the opposite of the wolf. Raccoons don't travel in packs. You will always kind of see a raccoon by itself doing its thing, not a care in the world. Very adventurous. When they see something that catches their eye, they go for it. They really don't care. They find a way. That's why they usually represent them as the thieves, because they don't care if it's from another person. If they want it, they go and they get it. I'm being reminded of the Ariana Grande song, but it's very opposite energies here. So maybe this is how you will be entering. This is the energy of June, feeling like you need someone, feeling like you need something, being destitute in a way, feeling lonely, and then coming into this energy of discovering that the world is so big and there's so many wonderful things that you can discover in the world. There's so much beauty, and that it's an adventure truly to allow yourself to go out and discover what the world holds for you, all the treasures that the world holds for you, and not being afraid to go on this seeking journey on your own. So that's what I'm getting here. But now let's move into the cards to just get more clarity and further details on this. Let's see if this stems up. Okay, so we're first going to be looking at the beginning of summer, and we're going to be pulling one tarot card to give us the general energy from mid-June to mid-July. Okay, we have the Forest Lovers in reverse. Okay, so number 6, first of all. Number 6 usually speaks of balance to me, of union, of relationships. Now, since we did get the lone wolf here, I feel like it was a creature that was once part of a pack and then got separated. So with the forest lovers coming in reverse, this is an energy that has ended. So for this group, maybe some of you have recently come out of a relationship, because we are talking about June here. So maybe in this month a relationship ended and you feel like that lone wolf, like that wolf that was separated from its pack. And maybe you guys are wondering whether this person is going to come back into your life, if you're going to reconnect or reunite with this person. And there might be that sense of longing and yearning, of feeling like you need this other person in your life to be whole and complete. But I want you to see in this card, there are two whole beings here. They're two complete individuals here. The only thing that ties them down together is this red string here. It's this promise. Nothing else, right? She is whole on her own. He is whole on his own. And I always see it as a representation of divine masculine energy, which is an energy, and divine feminine energy, receptivity. And this is like more of 3D and the bringing thing into the physical world. And this speaks of intuition. So it's realizing that really all the pieces that you feel you're missing, they're not outside of you. You already have them. So at this moment, it's the pain of a breakup. But like, I think Spirit is telling you to not feel like, if you feel the pain, you feel that breakup, because it's like that energy that was connected, right? It's like this red string here. You give some of your energy to this person gives some of your energy to you. You do alchemy, right? You mix your energies. So when you separate, it's kind of separating that energy, and it's that pain. But it's not because this person belongs to you, or you belong to this person, or you need this person in your life to be complete. It's just that separation moment that is painful. But then it's just realizing you are whole on your own, and finding that independence for a while. Because this is not a bondage. This is just a promise. Or like a contract in a way. It's like all contracts, they end after a time. And it's like, okay, it's horrible of me to compare it in this way, but they're giving me that. You know how for like rent, when you rent a place, they give you like a 1-year contract or something. And by the end of that year, you can then decide whether you want to continue in that place or not. You lived in a year there already. Or this could also be due to like a contract, a workplace, any form of contract, not only relationship wise. And you've already been in there for a year. You tested waters, and then it's like now you have the time to realize and meditate on whether this is the best for you, whether this is truly what you want, if you want to continue another year in this place, or you want to maybe venture and look for something else, something that suits you more in your now. Because we change, we evolve as people, as spirit, as beings. And so what once fits us no longer fits us anymore. It's like growth, like your physical body. When it grows, like what once fit you a year ago doesn't fit you a year later. So it's realizing that. That's what I'm seeing here at the beginning. It's a change, but it's more of a cutting of something in order for you to pause, take a moment, and realize whether this is what you want for yourself, or if you've changed in a way and you want something different. What suits you better now? Well, let's get more clarification on this. We have wisdom and we have abundance. So with the wisdom card in reverse, the wisdom speaks of finding that knowing within your own. it's like going within and finding that inner wisdom within yourself. And I feel with this being in reverse here, like now you're being given that moment to further analyze, like this separation, be it of a workplace, be it a relationship, or maybe this is just telling you that you're entering June or July as a single person, and the spirit is telling you it's not as horrible as it feels right now, because this is a moment for you for introspection, for you to figure yourself out, to realize what it is that you want for yourself and for your future. How does your abundance look? You know, we always say abundance, and some people, when they hear the word abundance, they think of financial, economical wealth. Others think of emotional. Others think of health or spiritual. It all depends on you. What is abundance for you? That is the question you will be asking yourself the beginnings of this summer. This breaking away, this solitude moment is the time for introspection, for you to ask those big questions. What it is that you want for yourself. What does that happy future, the happy vision look like? What is abundance to you? Find that knowing, because I feel at this moment you don't truly know. Or maybe the idea of abundance of another person is what you've been clinging on to, but it doesn't really fit you. And it's time to let go of that and find your own abundance. Find what it is that really fills you and ignites you and fills you with glee. And begin collecting that abundance for yourself. And this is just telling you that once you determine and know what it is that you want for yourself, it will come towards you. Now let us look into midsummer and the general energy. Yes, it's 8 of Vessels, rebirth. So in the traditional tarot, this is the 8 of Cups. And this usually speaks of letting go, moving away from the past. Now, this card is pretty beautiful because we see this stream here, this flowing water, right? So there's always the sense of rebirth and renewal, because there's no stagnancy here. The water doesn't stay in a singular place for a long time and gets mucky or slimy. It's ever flowing, it's ever changing, it's always fresh, it's always new. But at this moment, I feel like you were in these cups. These could be cups or vessels. I always see them as representing one's body, because like our bodies are vessels. They hold our energy like cups hold water. So these could be representing people, relationships. This big cup, let's say it's yourself, right? See how all of these people, relationships, or contracts, or projects have been filling your cup. It's not water that's coming from stream, from source. I always see like flowing water coming directly from source. It's water that it's coming from other people, from other things or situation, and they're the ones filling you up, right? So there's so much filling you up. So it could be ideas, beliefs, notions, emotions, because water represents emotions. And see how you're overflowing with this water of other people, and how that kind of spills over onto other cups here, onto other people. So sometimes when we're in relationships that do not really allow us to fully flow or be ourselves, or really be authentic, because they instill their beliefs onto us instead of allowing us to fully express our own beliefs and our own ideas, we accumulate that energy, because it does not mix with our energy, right? Because it's not like the same energy, let's say. It's kind of like oil on water. And so we just keep it in and we keep it in, and we tend to overflow. And I always see this cup overflowing as like a person lashing out. When things get too heavy for us, when it gets too much, when we like give too much of our energy, or have too many relationships that we need to like give energy to, or we committed to several different projects or deadlines, right? This causes a lot of stress on us. So I always see this like spilling as lashing out onto other people. And we give that energy out. We send it out onto the world. and it's what other people receive when they connect with us. And I always look at this water and it looks slimy for a reason. So it's telling you, release, let go of those waters that have been here kind of recycled over and over again amongst these cups. Let them go, because they're stagnant waters. You need something fresh, right? So maybe still by midsummer, you will still be clinging onto the past, clinging onto old relationships, or trying to make old things work that you know deep within yourself are no longer working or serving you. And it's not because you failed or this other person failed. It's because it's time to move on. It's because it's time to spill this cup to gain fresher water, because it's been too long. This water is already stale. So it's time to let go. So let's get more clarifiers. We have wish, how beautiful. And then we have Father. Okay, with the wish card, if this, I see water here, we have the forest lovers here, this feeling of longing. If it's a relationship, a romantic relationship that you've been wanting, that you've been wishing, you really want that deep connection with somebody. I always see the dandelion as like a very innocent dream. When we allow ourselves to be childlike and use our imagination, right? We wish on a dandelion with all our might, with our purest intention, with our pure heart. And that's like our truest wish, our truest desire, because it's pure. So they're telling you, the universe heard you. What you want is out there for you. But you can't get to it if you're stuck or holding on to these old waters, because what you want is down the stream. So allow yourself to spill over completely, and allow yourself to flow, so that you can reach your wish, or your wish can reach you. And we were speaking of abundance before, and so it's realizing if relationships haven't been serving you, it's time to reflect. If there comes a moment where there's a breakup and you feel destitute, you feel like you need this relationship, like you need it, maybe it's time to step back and give yourself that moment. Universe is giving you this moment for yourself to realize why it is that you feel you need this one thing. Why? And start really looking at your relationships, or maybe if it's a workplace, or how your routine, a belief, whatever it is, and see if it has truly been working for you, if you've truly been happy, if this is truly what you want for your now and for your future, for the rest of your life. And think back on that one wish that you made in regards to whatever this could be, whatever subject, and see if it matches your reality now. Right? See if what you wished for before is still something that you're wishing for now, and if that wish matches your reality now. If it's not, then it's time to let go. Consider that. They're asking you to consider that. And they're telling you, do not worry, because once you do, your wish is waiting for you. Now, the Father card always reminds me of divine masculine energy. But here I see it as a protector, because we have the stag, and the stag is the protector of the forest. He's the king of the forest. So if this is a counterpart you're asking for, if it's a counterpart you're kind of longing for during summer, they're telling you, yes, this counterpart, your perfect counterpart, the one that you wished for, the relationship that you wanted, or that part, if it's not just romantic, if it's a partnership to start a project, a company, something of the sort, that person is coming towards you, but he's at the end of the stream and he's waiting for you. Now, this is just energy. It doesn't have to be a male. It could be, but this is just energy. And this is someone who's hardworking, who is responsible, who is loyal, who will protect you, but give you your space and acknowledges your independence and your sovereignty. So look at who you have next to you now. See if this person really feels these qualities, and if they don't, and again, if it's not fitting that wish that you truly desire for yourself, then maybe it's time to reconsider what abundance means for you. Because if you don't have it now, that's what's waiting for you. And I see you coming into this realization during midsummer. And possibly this person, once you allow yourself to surrender, to let go, to cut off with the things that are not serving you at this moment, this person will make its presence known by midsummer. Or this new opportunity. It could be a workplace that is more fitting for you, that acknowledges your needs and, I don't know, just really like respects your sovereignty, that is more fitting for you, for your well-being. Yeah, and like I said, meets your needs. That opportunity is coming to you, but you need to allow yourself that to come in. Like, you need to open the door for it. Now let's see what the ends of summer holds in for you. We have the King of Stones. We have the wolf being represented here again. Now we have the full moon here in the background. And full moon reminds me of intuition, divine feminine energy. It also speaks of manifestations, of like your innermost desires, the subconscious. And we see how we have again the lone wolf here calling out. Now, King of Stones is King of Pentacles. This is a very slow moving energy. I sense a lot of resistance throughout summer. But with the wolf, I want you to see how it's winter here. What comes after winter? Spring. And spring is a time of rebirth, is renewal. It's the beginning of a cycle. So this is the ending of a cycle here. So I feel this is like crying your last cry. Just like letting go of those final tears, of that final anger, of just that, like spilling that last cup over so that it could be filled with new opportunities. It's letting the ice finally melt. And so, I don't know why, but that's just like what I'm sensing, like crying your final cry by the ends of summer. And like finally letting go. It's like, it took you a while, you were resisting, but it's like at one point you're done with it. You're done with the past because you want something better for yourself. You see the spring coming in and you want that for yourself. And for spring to come, winter needs to be done with. Winter needs to end. And you're finally allowing winter to end by the end of summer. Kind of weird to say it. But the clarifiers, we have hold in reverse. Now hold kind of reminds me of like the Four of Pentacles, when you're holding on to something and you're stubbornly holding on to that one pentacle and you kind of don't want to let go of it, and it's preventing you from getting even more or reaching your abundance. And in reverse, this is finally you breaking free of this cage. See it as a cage. You're finally standing up and breaking free. And it's like you've been squatting and sitting here and you haven't been able to see your horizons, all the other possibilities or what the universe has to offer you. And you're finally breaking free of this, standing up, kind of like sprouting like a flower, like blooming, and then seeing what is waiting for you, all the possibilities, finally being able to see, breaking free of beliefs of like this old job, of this old relationship, and allowing yourself to be that independent, like realizing that the world is this treasure box and there's so many wonderful things waiting out there for you. And the next card is Storm in reverse. This is another beautiful card because this is telling you that storms are passing. Storms aren't meant to stay. They're passing things. And when a storm takes forever, when it's like mental unclarity or emotional instability, when it's feeling that loss, feeling that pain, feeling that longing and yearning, and feeling like you need somebody else to complete you or need something for you to feel like you belong or feel better, that is you keeping yourself in this storm. That is you keeping yourself in the storm. And in reverse, it's in reverse here. This one was in reverse too. It's telling you you're finally letting the storm pass. You're finally like, you know what? I know what I want now. And what I have, where I am right now, is not what I want. And I want to move towards what I want. And that's where you're going. You're becoming that raccoon. You're becoming a seeker now. Living your own adventure. Venturing off into your life. Yeah, it's breaking free. You're breaking free. And realizing you don't need anything or anyone else, because all that you need, you have within your own. Because at the end of the day, you're still this wolf. You're badass. Yeah. Okay, so I have one more card for you, and this is a direct message from Spirit. Ooh, look, celebration. We have, this is a symbol of, it says cheerfulness. We have like the cups here. You see new cups. It's emptying these cups because you see something better is waiting to, for you to fill these cups of yours. I see this as gathering, coming together, being cheerful, celebrating your abundance. I don't know, I thought of promotion right now. This could be promotion as well. Number 4 is a number of stability. This is something that is long-term, something that is grounded on truth. And I see this is what's coming for you. This is what's waiting for you. This is what's waiting for you. And we have the Queen here. And I believe this is the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Father here. It kind of reminds me of the... Oh, we do have the King of Pentacles here. So it's like a match here. Like if it is a relationship, you will have your match. And this person will celebrate in life with you. And celebrate your successes with you. Yeah. So that's what I see for you guys for summer. Finally releasing and letting go. And a new chapter awaits for you guys. So I forgot to pull some charms for you guys. So let's see what the charms have for you in store. So what falls inside the lid are what's coming for you this summer. So we have Ascension. We have the Compass. I have this hammock. We have the Hourglass. And we have... cell phone here. So with the elevator here, this represents ascension. This is going upward. This is like ascending from the level that you are now, going one level up and realizing that you can continue on ascending. Like something better is what represents here. Now with the compass, it's finding direction. It's like what I was explaining with the abundance here, with the wish card. It's finding direction, seeing what you want for yourself, seeing what direction is your heart pointing at? Is it pointing at where you're right now, or is it pointing somewhere else? Because if there's a pull to go somewhere else, that's your heart, that's your intuition telling you it's time to move forward. So follow that inner compass, follow that inner knowing. Now with the hourglass here, it always reminds me of divine timing. So if you are single and you've been wondering when this relationship is going to come about, or when your wish is going to be fulfilled, they're telling you divine timing. It's taken a while, and it's not because it's not there for you. It's not waiting for you. It is waiting for you. This person, this partnership or this opportunity is waiting for you, but it's going to come at the right time, when it's ready, when it's ripe and ready for you, when you allow it to, when you are ready yourself. When you surrender and let go of the past, then this would start unfolding in your life. And we have this, which reminds me of rest. So I was feeling here that maybe some of you are taking on too much at the moment, and that's causing a lot of like anxiety or stress. And so with this, it's like your spirit is asking you to rest, to really let go or cut connections, or kind of like if you committed to a lot of projects, it's time to kind of manage that, to see when you're being overworked or overworking yourself, and take some time off, take some rest for yourself, take care of yourself, or this resting period will come about. And with the cell phone here, this is just back-to-back communication, direct communication with someone. So if you've been waiting to communicate with someone or have that constant communication, that natural flow with someone, this is telling me, yes, you will have that connection that you desire. It's coming during summer. So that's all I have for the charms for you guys. Now, I want to read the messages behind these oracle cards because they do have messages. We have the wolf. Instinct. A creature of solitude yet highly pack-bound. Wolf serves as a strong intuitive guide for those seeking a stronger connection to their innate gifts and talents. He encourages us to follow our intuition. Confronted with the tenuous and often severe connection to his environment, Wolf depends on his instincts to survive his rugged landscape. Leading with conviction, he reminds us of roads less traveled in his example. He demonstrates the possibilities when we trust ourselves to face adversity. And then we have raccoon. Exploration. Raccoon encourages us to consider the complexities of disguise. Hiding one's true character or feelings should not be viewed as inherently wrong. Sharing one's truth is a very personal matter. Exploring our imperfections and bathing in our frailty is hard. Adorning her mask, Raccoon encourages us to investigate our vulnerabilities and reveal them only when we are ready. Through her example, she offers protection, permitting fertile ground for spiritual cultivation and growth. Okay, so with this raccoon, if this is a relationship situation, and in the relationship that came to an end, or maybe you are currently in and are struggling, if you don't feel like you can reveal yourself fully to this person or be vulnerable, and you feel that's something that it's lacking or like you wish you could have, they're telling you that relationship, that connection is coming about for you, because I did explain here with the Father card that it's that trust, that it's that protection, that is that respect. So become aware of all this, and that's realizing what you want for yourself. What you want for yourself, and if where you are right now is where you wish to be. Okay? Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some clarity or guidance. If you did resonate with this reading, please do like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings or personal guidance. If you're interested, all the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for joining me, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, seekers who chose group number 3. Cute little pig here, reminds me of Babe. So we will begin with an intuitive message. When I was connecting with your energy, the message of coming in came through, like something is coming in, something is coming towards you. I did sense or see somebody walking towards me. So it could be someone coming into your life, someone walking towards you. I also got this feeling of like something washing over me, and kind of like clearing away any heaviness. There's this message of like, pay attention or like hear the call, because you don't want this to just like pass over you or kind of like wash over you in a sense. So those are the intuitive messages. Now with this oracle card, this is to represent the general energy of summer. So we have the pig here, so cute. The pig always reminds me of good luck and abundance. It's also speaks of joy and prosperity, and we have pink here being represented, which is a very gentle and kind natured energy. The pigs are actually, I feel them to be very intuitive and very in tune with their emotions. They're very smart creatures as well, and very gentle. They just enjoy life. They enjoy the little things of life, and they bask in the sun, and they like to roll themselves in mud, and it's just wonderful for them. So I do see brown here, and that's like grounding energy, like being present in your moment, enjoying your moment, finding the beauty in it and the joy in it, even in the small things. It's a beautiful energy actually. Just, yeah, very innocent, very joyful, and kind. Yeah, very sweet. But now let's look at, so very prosperous summer I'm feeling here. Now let's look at the beginning of summer, and I'm going to be pulling out one tarot card, and this is to represent the general energy of like from mid-June to mid-July. We have the moon on water. So in the original tarot, this is the moon card. Okay. We have 1, which represents new beginnings, and 8, which always represents, it's a very like spiritual and meditative number for me. It's also a number of like working on your skill, working on your craft. With 1 and 8, we have 9, which is like the closing of a cycle. With the moon on water here, we did have it in reverse. Usually the moon card speaks of hidden truths, or yeah, not seeing the whole truth, because the moon does glow, it does emit a light that we know it's like reflected from the sun, but it's not the same as the sun. It's not full on bright, right? Because it's still in the dark, it's still in the night. So in the shadows, there's hidden things. So sometimes things are not always as they seem. So this is again kind of correlating with the message of pay attention, be aware of like hear the call, because if you're not paying close attention, you might miss something, like a clue. You see how if we weren't paying close attention, if we weren't on our present moments like this little pig here, we would not realize that this is not the reflection of the moon. This is actually an egg underwater. And eggs for me denote the birth of something, the potential of something. It's like I always am reminded of Easter, how inside the eggs we have prizes. It's like winning the lottery. So it's like pay a close attention to your details. It's also like whatever illusions or whatever false truth beliefs that you held that were keeping you from seeing the reality, the truth, from keeping you from seeing your abundance or your prize, that's falling away in the beginnings of summer. Your truth will be revealed to you. This egg will finally be cracked open for you to see your prize. Now we have this bull here, which reminds me of Taurus energy. And that's very persistent. It can also be very stubborn. And with the moon being here presented in the background, maybe you were holding on to a belief, holding on to a situation, holding on to what you really thought to be your truth, but your intuition was kicking the whole time, telling you, no, there's something not quite right here. This is not your truth. But you were very stubborn at holding on to it, because maybe that's what you've been holding on for a long time, and seeing it any other way, it's ridiculous to you. But all this time your intuition has been telling you that there's something better, that there's this truth that is your truth that is waiting for you. We do have the heron here, which in this deck represents the King of Cups. And that is energy that is very balanced between the mind and the intuition, the mind and the heart, the mind and the emotions. And I think, and see how the heron is like taking flight? It's like finally coming into that balance, finally listening to your intuition, because maybe also your intuition has been telling you something, but you've been so stubborn on not believing that it's true. Like you can't see how that is true, or there is something that you really want or desire that's very precious to you, and it's like a wish or a dream. It's like a fantasy for you, and you just can't fathom, you can't figure out how it would work out, how this gift will be given to you. And even though your intuition is telling you this is for you, this is meant for you, you resist it because your logic mind just can't seem to figure out how this can come to be. And so finally, either it's like maybe a clue or a truth is coming to you to fully get you out of this torn, stubborn energy, and allow yourself to realize that You were right. Your intuition was right. You hold a truth within your own. And like you finally take flight with it. Yeah, so this is like illusions falling away. This is, yeah, lies falling away and seeing your truth. Kind of finally finding clarity. But now let's look at clarifiers, oracle cards. We have Blossom. Oh, so nice. Yeah. See how we have these like feet here, legs, but it's light. It's like your energy, like your, what do you call them, your light body. And I just like see it as you finally being in tune with your higher self, or being in tune with your intuition, and realizing that all this time you've been standing on this field of flowers. You've been standing on this truth. Whatever it is that your intuition was telling you. Like, yes, like it feels like this field of flowers was kind of your dream or your fantasy, and you just couldn't fathom how you would ever end up there. And they're telling you all this time you've been standing there. Like, your energy, your soul has been standing there because it is for you. All you need to do is like fill this empty space here with your own physical body, and doing that is by believing in it, by finally believing in this and accepting this as your truth. So I see this as growth, and see how it's pure water here, right? And the trees are bare. There's no like life here. There's no plants. And here we have all like these flowers finally blooming. So this is something that's concrete. This is something that has grown, that is real. So the lies are falling away, and you're finally standing on your truth. Healer. Oh, that's nice. This is healing energy. This is shedding old skin. This is growing. See how this snake here is shedding the old skin? This is like symbolic to shedding old beliefs, shedding the old you, shedding insecurities, lies. Like I said, it's that falling out of old things that really were keeping you from your truth. And this is coming into a new you. And we have flowers again being represented here. I'm seeing that like if it were a wreath around this snake here. It's like collecting your flowers and building a crown. It's like telling yourself, yes, I am queen, or I am king. I was right the whole time. I have the answers within me. All I need to do is trust and believe. And it's finally coming into that empowerment of believing in yourself. This could also be speaking of healing energy. Maybe coming out of a situation that was really keeping you in the dark. That wasn't allowing yourself to fully grow. Let's say you were inside this egg and your environment wasn't safe enough for you to be able to hatch, to come out into the world as your true, authentic you. And finally, you're coming out of that environment, that situation. It's now becoming a safe space for you to finally come out and bloom, for you to finally shed that old skin, crack that egg open, and come into this world, be birthed. And transition and move on forward. And with the flowers around here, this speaks of protection energy, being protected, being looked after. So that's what I see for the beginnings of summer. Now let's look at what the charms have to say. What is coming towards you. Okay, that's all that we have here. So we have magnet. This reminds me of the law of attraction. It's calling in what you desire, calling it what you truly want, being that magnet, and attracting it to you. With the sun here, well, it's the sunflower. This always reminds me of sun energy, which is beautiful because we have flowers here. It's like the sun beaming on these flowers. It's speaking of growth. It's speaking of joy. It's speaking of success. It's finally coming. It's like the sunflower always turns in the direction of the sun to get the most energy from the sun. So it's like seeing the positive in things, right? It's like being present, grounded in your moment, like a sunflower, in order to act as your own satellite to get like the most energy, the highest frequencies for yourself, in order to fully bloom into your most beautiful essence. It's like connecting with people who really bring you joy, and finding situations or environments that truly allow you to grow, to come out of your shell. And with the 4-leaf clover, this speaks of luck. We also have the green color here, as we see here and here, which reminds me of the heart chakra. It's being vulnerable. It's opening your heart, feeling safe within your own, feeling safe in your environment, feeling safe surrounded by the people that are around you. It also speaks of abundance. We have these 2 cups, which is communication, but I always see this as telepathic communication, or because it's the cups, right? You stretch the string and then like the sound travels through the string. It's like sound travels through vibration. So that's why this reminds me of telepathic communication. So this could be with a person that you will have a deep spiritual connection with, or this could be communication with your spirit guides or with your higher self, finally, with your own intuition, listening to your own intuition. With the anchor here, speaks of trust, also speaks of grounding energy, feeling safe. Feeling safe, harboring yourself in a place like, harbor somewhere, that you feel safe enough to reside. Like finding a new place or a home where you feel that safety, where you can fully grow and prosper. We have the sunglasses here, which speaks of new perspectives, seeing the truth, seeing a situation in a new light. It's like seeing this egg. Seeing the details. With this hourglass, it speaks of divine timing, or like the universe having a play in this situation. If it is an answer or clarity that you're seeking, it will be revealed in divine timing, either for things to fully unfold in a divinely and just matter. The word justice is coming through, energy of justice. So everything will fall into place as it should, for everything to be balanced. So trust. And with the airplane here, this can speak of ascension, but it also speaks of long distance travel. So moving from one place to the other. So like I said, it could be a living situation that you might be finally moving to a new country, or moving into a new place that is more suiting for you and your growth. Okay, so now let us look into what midsummer holds for you. So the general energy for midsummer is the Knight of Vessels, eel. Ooh, so this is the Knight of Cups in the traditional tarot. So when I see this card, it reminds me, I'm always pulled towards this sword that is carved on this rock, and it always reminds me of like a divide between 2 places, like that divide between 2 countries. And so I always see the eel as like a foreigner, an actual person that's coming from long distance, from a different state, a different country, that is coming towards you, like your knight in shining armor. This can also speak of manifestations, either an opportunity, something that you've been wanting that is finally coming from like the 5D, from that void, finally coming into your 3D, into your reality, coming towards you. So with the sword again, sword reminds me, it's air energy, it's mental energy, so it speaks of clarity, it speaks of truth. And we were speaking of gaining that clarity, of gaining that truth finally, with the moon card being in reverse. So this could be, this could be many things. This could be either something, an opportunity, a job opportunity, an offer, or a person that maybe you thought was too good to be true for you. And finally, you're coming into this knowing, like a sign of the universe or some sort is bringing you clarity, is bringing you confirmation and validation that this is for you, that you've wanted this, that your intuition has been pulling you towards this, toward this person or this job opportunity, toward this thing that you want, for a reason, because it's meant to come into your life. You're meant to connect with this, because this will allow you to really grow and heal. And I think just knowing that you were right, that your intuition is right, will really kind of boost you up, boost your confidence and your self-trust. It will really shed the skin of like, let's say, insecurity or doubt or disbelief. It will create kind of this balance and make you realize that I see this infinity symbol here, which reminds me of the magician. Even with these flowers here and the flowers here, it's like making you realize that you can manifest the life that you want. You can call in what you want. You have that power and you have that knowing of what is best for you. Now we're going to get clarifiers. We have the void and we have wildness. So with the void card, like this kind of echoes the moon card. It's not seeing, it's being lost in this void. It's kind of the dark side of the moon, not seeing the light side of things. This is kind of reminding me when you feel you don't have that intuition, when you're not trusting your own intuition. And this is kind of the hand. I like it because we have the light body here and this light hand here. It's kind of like your spirit or your higher self kind of finally putting a stop in this doubt. Maybe you've been back and forth about this for a long time, and they're really telling you, like, it's time to make up your mind. It's time to put an end to this back and forth. And it's either this person coming in to validate this, or this opportunity, this offer is coming in to fully validate you and what you've been feeling and what you've been believing in. And also like validating your prayers, because I see with the wellness here, it's like calling out. It's like especially in the night with the full moon here. Oh, we have the moon again being represented here, but see how it's not. We have it up right here. So I'm seeing this like as your like intuition again here. It's like when in the night is when we allow ourselves to fully reveal our truth. It's like kind of like that drunk phase when we just like blurt out our truth. That's when you kind of reveal to yourself what you truly want and what you truly desire. Maybe that prize that you wanted, you haven't allowed yourself to hope for it, because when you're, let's say, when the sun is out, when you're awake, when you're part of the real life, you don't believe how this could come to be, because maybe it's too fantastical for you. But in the night, it's when you allow yourself to dream. It's when you allow yourself to yearn and to long for things that your heart truly wants. And you realize that you really want this thing, and that's when your intuition is kicking in. And that's when you start praying for that, when you surrender to it. And this is telling you that the universe has heard you, and they're coming in with validation and confirmation for you by the midst of summer. They're like answering your prayers with some form of confirmation, either be it the actual person or communication from this person or from whatever it is that you want. But let's see the ends of summer, what it has for you. The Knight of Stones, the horse. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Stones is it's like slow moving energy, but this one is kind of funny because this horse looks like a fly just bit him, and he's like frantic and galloping all over the place. And I always take notice how there is this path carved for the horse, but because he's up in the air, he seems like he's frightened or startled. He goes out of the path into like this more treacherous, unpaved road. When this comes in, Spirit is hoping for you not to get startled, because like I said, this feels like a dream for you. And when it finally manifests into your life, you might be like, holy moly, like You know, it might be one of those bizarre things. You're like, I only dreamed about this. This only exists in my dreams. How can it be here right in front of me? They're telling you, don't go running the other way in fear. Don't let that insecurity, this void, like move you into another direction. Because there's a perfectly beautiful carved path for you. That it's not treacherous, that is not difficult for you. It's like, don't make this harder on yourself. Maybe that was the message of, don't let this wash over you. Because of fear, or because of believing or not trusting that this can be real, or believing that it's too good to be true, or that this could like fall away in any minute, or that you're not good enough for it. Like, shed that, let that go, because this path is for you. It was carved for you. So let's get clarifiers on this. We have Knight and we have Perseverance in reverse. So the Knight card, I see this as like flying away, like taking flight. The same as here is like taking flight, or I'd say like letting it wash over you or pass over you. And we have night here, which reminds me of the void. It's that darkness, which reminds me of the moon if it were upright. So please don't let insecurities or doubts fog you, because that is not your truth. If it's something that you truly desired, if it's something that's from your heart, from this pure space, and there's this tug at you that's been pulling you towards it, and it manifests into your life, let yourself experience it. If you don't see like the red flags, or you're even when you're in front of that opportunity, and it feels like it's meant for you, do not run away from it in like the illusions of fear, or your insecurity, or the what ifs, because that's really non-existent. What is real is your present moment. Like this little pig, so see it as it is in the present moment. With the Perseverance card here, it's that bull that we had over here, that Taurus energy. I think this is speaking of letting go of that stubborn energy, of that stubborn mentality, that things will not work out, that this is not for you, that it can only play out in one way. And if it's going not according to your expectations, or not playing out how you imagined it to be, then it might not be the right thing to let go of that mentality. Yeah, because with the Perseverance card here, it's kind of all this energy speaks of taking flight, of running away, but like running away in the night when no one can see you, running away in fear, letting go of. With this moon here, it reminds me of intuition. It's like your inner light, your inner knowing, and that's what's like moving you forward. And we have this bull represented in white, which is a very pure energy. It's like your higher essence. And that's your inner source, your inner light that's pure and true, and that's what's moving you in the direction that you need to go. It's like your light, your lantern that's guiding you. But in reverse, you're not allowing your intuition to guide you because of fear, of insecurities, of doubt. So do not fall into that. And if you do, it's something that will be worked on, because even though you go on this different path, I feel that at the end it will lead you back onto this path, onto the path that is yours, that is rightfully yours. Because it's carved there for you. Only that what you're doing by running away in fear is you're making this path, like getting to your destination, to take a little longer. Right? Like you're gonna have to go through a little more lessons to finally allow yourself to shed that old skin before you're realigned back into your true path. But you will be turned like a kind of a U-turn back into your path. So they're telling you, don't make this harder on yourself. Don't make it this hard on yourself. Allow yourself to heal. Allow this to come in because it is coming in, and don't be scared. Don't be scared. But now let's pull some charms for you. Now let's see for July and August what is coming in. Okay, this one didn't fall in. So we have, again, Ascension. We have the Hummingbird, the Umbrella, the Time Turner, and the Moon here, and the Palette. So with the Elevator, this speaks of ascension. This is moving to a new level, moving upwards. This is ascending. I feel ascending from this void, and like kind of aligning more to your higher self, to your intuition, being more aligned with source and the cosmos. With the Hummingbird here, I see this as messages of like synchronicities or messages coming in from source to this 3D to kind of lead you in the right direction. It's kind of like these confirmation or validations I was speaking of. And with the Time Turner here, this might be a person from your past, or like an opportunity that you thought you missed at one point, and like universe is giving you that opportunity again. It's like the message again of like, do not let this pass over you, because maybe it came towards you at one point, but you didn't see it for what it was, and so it's coming back towards you again. And they're like, don't let it pass over you, because you're stuck in this void, you're stuck in this darkness, you're stuck in this insecurity. This might also represent someone from maybe another life, or like some like to think of it a past life coming towards you to meet you in this life. And with the Palette here, it's like discovering your infinite potential, because I drew all of the colors of like the chakras. It's finally coming into alignment with your own. It's like all of your chakras being lit, being in tune with your own intuition, and painting the world in your colors through your intuition, through what your higher self is telling you. And with the Umbrella, it speaks of protection. Being protected. What is coming towards you, do not worry. This is not here to harm you. You are protected. Okay, now let's look for the ends of summer. What is coming towards you? I think that's it. So we have the Hourglass, again the Moon here, and we have the Leaf. So the Leaf speaks of changes and transitions and transformation. It's like allowing yourself to transform. It's also surrendering, because the Leaf surrenders to the fall, right? Because it knows that once it falls, there will be a form of rebirth for it. So it's surrendering again, to trust to the cycle of life, and it's not running away in fear. And then with the Crescent Moon here, this speaks of endings for me. So it's like, again, like this transition and evolving is coming out of this healing energy. And it's like, once this thing comes towards you, it's like an ending to a cycle. Like, allow a cycle to end for a new one to begin. By you running away in fear, it's kind of clinging on to the old cycles. So you allowing yourself to walk in your path calmly and knowing that all is well, and trusting that the universe has your back, is allowing a cycle to finally end for something to begin. And with the Hourglass here, this speaks of divine timing. So this is just telling me that the divine source, the universe, has a hand in this, and this meeting, whatever is coming towards you, was meant to come towards you at this time. Whatever is being revealed towards you was meant to be revealed to you at this time. That's why it took a while, because it had a divine timing and it was for a purpose. And I think it was mostly to allow you to heal, so that you won't be in this energy of running away when it finally comes towards you. Okay? Now the last card that I have here is a direct message from your spirit guides. And this is the birds. So I don't really read it here by what it says here in the cards. With the birds here, I'm just reminded of like where I live, like the birds, you hear the birds singing all the time. And this is and it's just like this happy energy. It's like being present in the moment. And it's again not falling into fear, because the bird never fears that it's going to fall, because it knows it has wings to fly. It's aware of its power. It's trusting in its own. So trust as well. And we have the 9 being represented here, and that again denotes like the closing of a cycle. So allow the cycle to close of being in clear in the dark for the new to begin. Now I'm just going to read you the message that's behind this oracle card. Pig, prosperity. A darling of endearment, Pig loves companionship and has a strong inclination toward trust. His friendships are meaningful and his relationships bountiful. He is a well-known symbol of wealth and prosperity, yet warns against succumbing to the elusive trappings of the material world. A reminder that packages can be misleading. Pig encourages us to take review of our lives, spurning intemperance. He teaches us to consider and cherish each moment. So that is the reading that I have for you guys. I hope this reading resonated. I hope it brought some clarity or guidance. If it did resonate, please leave a like or a comment. And if you wish to stick around for more readings, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings, and all the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye bye.